lead and protect the family. Marriage is about patience. It's not about impulsiveness. Number 2, you're financially irresponsible. Listen, marriage isn't about love. It's about responsibility. If you can't budget, save, or plan for the future, then you're not ready to provide for someone else. Number 3, you lack self-discipline. Listen, if you're unable to do consistent acts in a purposeful way, the majority of the time, such as prayer, salah, and work, then you're not able to get married because marriage demands discipline. Number 4, you're chasing desires over purpose. If you're focused on looks and fantasies rather than character and deen, then you get married for the wrong reasons, and I promise you, you will regret it later. And number 5, you don't know how to communicate. Listen, marriage requires open, respectful communication. If you shut down, don't listen, and blame others, you've ruined the relationship before it even began. Gentlemen, here are 5 signs that prove that you're not ready.
Buju did make a statement and he did ask a question. Long time, long time. Him say, who can afford to run will run, but what about those who can't? Long time him asked the question and I made the statement, you know. But right now in today's America, is a serious question and a very good statement. What about those who can't? A whole heap of people come here and for whatever reasons, you know, safety reasons, they don't want to go back. But yeah, some people can't go back because them come and them never look back at them from the day them come. You understand me? Never look back, them abandon everything back a yard. But what about those who came here and worked very hard and acquired just about everything that they think they'll need to go back home? But when they go back to what? Let's not play a blind eye to the 70-year-old returning resident that they killed the other day in Jamaica. I remember the parish. I am mortified, I'm horrified, I'm terrified. I'm every ride except joyride. Because who wants to go back in that? Eh? I don't think it's easy for work anywhere at all. I'm not going to be like say just foreign alone it's hard for work. But you see, yes, so different. Because you see, when you come from a tropical island like Jamaica, you have to come and put yourself in a frame of mind to work into different climates. Snow. I want to know about snow. The things that snow, they pretty something on the sip on TV. The things that is all it. It's different when you have to come and you have to get outside and you have to work in it and you have to wait on a bus or a train. When you look and say, please wait on other bus not in service or a train now run. Do you think those conditions are easy to work with or work in? And then they live in one country right now where we have a man in charge who get up every day and him say, who may go piss off today? Who may go piss off? Who may go piss off today? Who may go throw up on a plane? Who may go dash on a plane and send back to them country? Who may go make ice go for make them run up and down like when time and get a play? Who may go for? Who may go piss off today? Who may go fire? Which color may I go for? Which race may I go for? Which sex may I go for? Which gender may I go for? Which ethnicity may I go for? You just get up every day and just wonder, do you think it's easy to live in a condition like this, in a place like this? We never asked for this. And so, that's why only people come here and work hard because we know so one time I go come when we have to go run. You understand me? But run, go back to what? Go back to Jamaica where you work hard and you make up a nice place. So come retire in or if you just come relaxing and you can't keep you can't even lock your eye. We're not gonna say you do you can't even lock your eye. Because you lock your door and then find ways to come in. So it's like what is it? What is the choice between? Normally you have a choice between good and bad. What's the choice when you're stuck between two bad choices? You stay here and somebody decides they're gonna treat you like crap, or you go back home and they kill you. What is it? No, we have to do better, Jamaica. We have to do better. This can't be it, baby. This can't be it. Buju did make a statement and he did ask a question. Long time, long.
My stepfather took my mom with 3.
I find it very suspicious that Angie Stone just uploaded a video right before she passed that's basically called out Universal Music Group for not paying her royalties, y'all. She said she should have retired 20 years ago, but because UMG decided not to pay her royalties that they owe her, that she has to work an extra 20 years, and that is the reason she was on the road today. She was on the way to a work gig. Y'all, this is sad. I'm going to play the video, and y'all let me know what you think.
Doing now is whatever is necessary to make sure they pay me for the
They weren't paying her royalties for the past 10 years, 20 years.
Grandchildren. they're going to have to give me my money. I mean, when you sit back and think Bruno Mars, Dr. Dre, when you think about all these people that have sampled music, if they're filthy rich on it, what's our problem? Or my problem? I have to give up my coins. And so what I'm doing now is whatever is necessary to make sure.
She had posted this right before, y'all. Literally a couple days ago.
Grandchildren, they're gonna have to give me my money.
And they better give her money.
I mean, when you sit back and think Bruno Mars
or her children.
Dre, when you think about all these people that have sampled music, if they're filthy rich on it, what's our problem?
I find it very suspicious that
if you don't have a US driver's license, please don't be driving. If you don't have a US driver's license and don't have your paperwork pending and don't have your work permit, please do not be driving. I'm getting way too many calls of persons being detained by ICE because they're driving without a license, they're driving with expired license, they're driving with their Jamaican license. Guys, please, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. I understand say Uber expensive. I understand say Lyft expensive. I understand say you have the local job and you probably had the car because you were on H2B or the state that you live in, you could have gotten a vehicle. But guys, it's not worth it to be driving with a non-US license or no license at all. Not every officer will be lenient enough to say, hey, go. I'm going to give you a
As at Friday of last week, we have engaged with some 10,116 persons who are seeking to benefit from the amnesty. We can report that already 1,674 customers have been fully reconnected, and a further 2,489 are approved for reconnection, and that will happen over the next 2 weeks. There's an additional 3,400 inquiries by citizens who have reached out for details outside of the 10,000 who haven't come in yet or haven't taken advantage of their appointments. What this means is that the Water Commission has written off the debts or the arrears up to $238 million for customers, a debt that was largely uncollectible and that was affecting thousands of households. We have applications for benefit up to $658 million. But what is important and what members of the media should be aware of is that this has also generated for the National Water Commission since January 1, $98.9 million in additional revenue that would not have come in. To remind everyone, the primary beneficiaries are pensioners and those on PATH. We've also extended the beneficiary list to those who are trying to transfer titles from persons who would have died, who left particular size bills to facilitate commercial transactions. This expansion is good for Jamaica, good for the National Water Commission, and of course due to the disabled community as we show what a caring government does. As at Friday of last week, we have engaged with some 10,116 persons who are seeking to benefit from the amnesty. We can report that already 1,674 customers have been fully reconnected, and a further 2,489 are approved for reconnection, and that will happen over the next 2 weeks. There's an additional 3,400 inquiries by citizens who have reached out for details outside of the 10,000 who haven't come in yet or haven't taken advantage of their appointments. What this means is that the Water Commission has written off the debts or the arrears up to $238 million for customers, a debt that was largely uncollectible and that was affecting thousands of households. We have applications for benefit up to $658 million. But what is important and what members of the media should be aware of is that this has also generated for the National Water Commission since January 1, $98.9 million in additional revenue that would not have come in. To remind everyone, the primary beneficiaries are pensioners and those on PATH. We've also extended the beneficiary list to those who are trying to transfer titles from persons who would have died, who left particular size bills to facilitate commercial transactions. This expansion is good for Jamaica.
Boy, Harriet has that story.
In a twist of fate, a simple act of kindness, now a bitter cost. The reality of one Kingston woman. We'll call her Elisa.
In 2018, a friend approached me if I could bail a relative of hers. I asked her how much was the bail. She said it was $350,000. I said, okay. I used cash. I took the cash from my account, went to the Hertfordshire courthouse. All they asked me for was my proof of address, and they took the $350,000. He was currently bailed out.
And from there, a door was opened to unforeseen complications. The case was dismissed in July of last year. Elisa now wanted a refund of the $350,000 she paid for bail. Now, according to Jamaica's Bail Act, a surety or refund of payment shall be released under circumstances to include where the surety was provided is adjourned sine die or dismissed. This means Elisa is in fact entitled to that refund.
They gave us some papers to take to Hertfordshire court. Took it there. They said that by October I will be receiving my money. Up to date, nothing.
She has been trying to get an update from the court, but she believes they've been giving her the runaround.
I went there last week because I've been going there for a while.
1986 and you just got caught with a crack rock.
Over the age of 14 to submit their fingerprints and address within 30 days or face a $5,000 fine and 6 months imprisonment. This is what is being reported in the Wall Street Journal. This would be a move to criminalize undocumented immigrants, which is a civil offense, not a criminal offense. I assume if this were to be rolled out in reality, there would be a lot of lawsuits very quickly putting a stop to this program. Although in the past, President Bush was able to get away with it. He made a Muslim registry after 9/11, got a lot of people deported that way. We'll see how this all plays out. The Trump administration is going to create a
discovered. I find it fascinating. He discovered USAID gave $1.5 million to promote LGBT advocacy in Jamaica. You think most taxpayers would support that? Why aren't we talking about that?
These are some of the insane priorities that organization has been spending money on.
$1.5 million to promote gays, lesbians, and trans in Jamaica.
And him cannot deny this. No labor right cannot deny this. Your prime minister shit up your country.
I'm here with a taxi man. What's your name?
Brandon Dallas.
Brandon.
Taxi associate.
Brandon, tell me, what is your concern?
Well, my concern is as a taxi man, you know, we accumulate tickets and you know people do land tax and pay all for tax, but the tax office is not customer friendly. You know, people go to work and get them lunchtime and would like to pay them ticket in less than 15 minutes, go back to work. We as taxi man, we drive for people, so sometimes we get the ticket with a life for pay and can get back to work the people their money. So I would like to see the tax office more customer friendly. People can leave work, take them lunchtime and get you in less than 15, get back to work. So we'll also keep the economy going.
Hello, Mr. Dallas. I saw your video with Prime Minister, and in it you were talking to him about needing greater efficiency at the tax offices. And I agree with you. Even though over the years we have become more efficient, I know that there's a lot more that can be done to make the process easier for you. You mentioned as well in the video the need to pay your traffic tickets. And I want you to know that you could pay your traffic tickets online immediately. Additionally, if you have to register your motor vehicle, you can make that payment online as well, and then go to the tax office. In there, some of them have what's called a special window that you can utilize to complete the transaction. Also, for your motor vehicle fitness, you can make the payment online and then go to the motor vehicle depot. These are just 3 examples of what can be done online so that you don't have to go into the tax office and wait. These are some of the things that this government is doing to ensure that we make it easy for you and other Jamaicans to interact with the tax office and make sure that you don't waste time at the tax office just waiting in line. We know that time is money, especially for you as a taxi operator. You want to be able to do your business and get going so that you can pick up your passengers. We want to thank you for your feedback, and we want to encourage you.
Buju did make a statement.
No. I'm not in Oak Ridge in Fort Lauderdale. I'm at Oak Estates in Bernard Lodge in the parish of Portland. And I'm here with the developers of this wonderful housing estate, Chemtech developers.
This one is called Oak Estate, and it comprises of 513 units, a mix of 3-bedroom, 3-bathroom units, 2-bedroom single units, and 100 3-bedroom, 3-bathroom townhouses. We are standing in front of the townhouses right now.
Wow, it looks good.
It's a gated community, supported by all the amenities that are required. There's a clubhouse with a swimming pool, tennis court, a gym, multiple play areas, and we even have a pickleball court, so that's very topical right now. We're very trendy, so we're with the times.
So in the Jamaican context, like any other country, you have different housing segments, and the government plays its part by trying to make a market that can support all segments within that market. The Jamaican housing market does fairly well in providing houses for upper middle, upper, and it does pretty well in providing houses for middle and affordable. The challenge is in the segment of the market that you would describe as low income and achievable housing. And low income clearly would be persons earning just above minimum wage and would be able to afford a starter unit or a housing solution, maybe the land or maybe a one bedroom for which they'll expand. And then for what we describe as achievable would be those persons who would have to set aside a significant portion of their income to be mortgaged to buy a complete unit. So that end of the market is really challenged. So there are persons who would be able to effectively buy a solution that could be considered low income or achievable, but there are just not enough producers in the market. And we have tried to support that end of the market, and I am hopeful that with the incentives and the other measures that we have taken to attract persons into the segment of the market, including the provision of land, including removing any risk of lack of sale that may exist through the guaranteed purchase program. We're hoping that more persons, more contractors, more housing developers will get involved in that segment of the market, which is really where the challenge is. 5 years ago, where I'm standing would have been in the middle of ruinette, abandoned cane fields and just bush all around. And now we have converted this into housing for the people of Jamaica. This is the Bernard Lodge housing development. At its completion, there would be anywhere between 10,000 to 15,000 houses built in this area. There is also a reservation for an urban center, and that is being built out. So that will have a certain number of residential houses within that perimeter, but mostly commercial. The developers are undertaking housing development just under 1,000 in phases. Where we want to go is to have developers and contractors who can do 10,000 houses at a time. But that will, of course, take time for them to develop the expertise, build the capacity, develop the supply chain, develop the technical capabilities to be able to handle that size and magnitude of housing development. Once they develop the capacity, once they have projects like these and they are seeing the future and have a long stretch to do the developments, you will see them bringing housing to market much more rapidly. So, yes, you will have your house under our housing policy. No, I'm not in Oak Bridge in Fort Lauderdale. I'm at Oak Estates in Bernard Lodge.
I'm feeling very, very happy. I can't even explain. The ambience, it just makes me feel nice. I just love it. And I just want to say thank you again to Mr. Sybils, to you, the Prime Minister. Thank you very much, because I could not afford this.
There are thousands of Jamaicans who live in the conditions that you used to live before. And they may be wondering, why not me? I want to give all Jamaicans who are suffering, who have no shelter, hope that the government will make the allocations. We are developing the programs and we are becoming more efficient at treating with those Jamaicans who don't have an income or have no other means of acquiring a house. The commitment of the government is that we should be able to provide you, maybe not with a solution like this, but certainly with a solution that can keep you dry when it is raining and safe from other elements and other threats. And it is my fervent commitment to have this done for every single Jamaican.
I'm feeling very, very happy. I can't even explain. The ambience, it just make me feel nice. I just love it. And I just want to say thank you again to Mr. Sibbers, to you, the Prime Minister. Thank you very much, because I could not afford this.
There are thousands of Jamaicans who live in the conditions that you used to live before. And they may be wondering, why not me? I want to give all Jamaicans who are suffering, who have no shelter, hope that the government will make the allocations. We are developing the programs and we are becoming more efficient at treating with those Jamaicans who don't have an income or have no other means of acquiring a house. The commitment of the government is that we should be able to provide you, maybe not with a solution like this, but certainly with a solution that can keep you dry when it is raining and safe from other elements and other threats. And it is my fervent commitment to have this done for every single Jamaican. All parishes in Jamaica will have a parish park. So Portmore, which will become the newest parish for Jamaica, this will be its parish park. And the name says it all. Resilience. I just toured certain roadworks that are being done, capital works, that will improve significantly the traffic flow in the community. But not just traffic, it will improve water, it will improve broadband, it will improve sewage. I saw recently Minister Tufton announcing that he's now ready to move on lands which we have declared, so the hospital in Portmore, in Bernard Lodge, and there are other facilities in the works. The people of Portmore can rest assured that they will have all the facilities that are accustomed to a parish and even more. All parishes in Jamaica will have a parish park. So Portmore, of course, for all parks anywhere, they are just as good as how the people maintain it. So yes, the UDC will be responsible for the maintenance of the park. But the truth is that no matter how many wardens you have and how much you sweep up and clean up, if persons using the park drink their water and throw the bottle on the ground, that is just going to take away from the value of the park. So when the park is built, I implore all the persons who are going to use the park to care the park, to own the park as if it is your home and this is your front yard. Of course, for all parks anywhere, they are just as good as how the people maintain it. So yes, the UDC will be responsible for the maintenance of the park. But the truth is that no matter how many wardens you have and how much you sweep up and clean up, if persons using the park drink their water and throw the bottle on the ground, that is just going to take away from the value of the park. So when the park is built, I implore all the persons who are going to use the park to care the park, to own the park as if it is your home and this is your front yard. Of course, so we are on an active construction site for the Portmore Resilience Park. And as you look around, you can see that work is ongoing. Just right there, it's going to be a jogging trail, not a little hill there that increases the intensity of the workout. And right in the center will be a pavilion, and you will notice that there are some seats there along with a covered area. They have started to put in trees. This building will be a building for the provision of concession services such as a gym, restaurants, and just next door, they will have a covered hall in which they can have various sports such as netball and basketball and table tennis. And there is a block of bathrooms there, provisions for small businesses, and they will have outdoor courts. And so this will be a lovely park when it is complete. I can imagine on a Sunday evening or even on a Friday evening, the energy and life that will be here as the people of the new parish of Portmore come to enjoy this wonderful public space. So we're on an active construction site. So people who argue, don't pay down the debt, just use a little space that you have, spend it on, whatever it is that you need it to spend on now. And if you need a little bit more, then borrow it. Those are the people who will never be able to sustainably improve quality of life. You can also be assured that.
So what we have, Prime Minister, morning everyone, is the dualization of Grange Lane from Municipal Boulevard going to beyond Augusta Drive, which is approximately 1 kilometer, and it includes dualization of the road from 2 lanes to 4 lanes, which include waterline improvement. So we actually have the Water Commission, who we have been working closely with as part of the joint government approach. So there's waterline improvement and as well as the roadways. So we have several intersections that we have improved as part of the process, where we have traffic signals so that traffic will be able to move pretty easily along this corridor here, which has been a problem for some time. And behind the sidewalks, we actually have areas to be landscaped in collaboration with Forestry Department, who wants to replant.
Yes, because I noticed here, this is a reserve road.
This is a reserve road, a service road along here for the businesses along this particular section.
And will those roads be upgraded with this?
We will in fact be doing some paving as part of it as well. Yes.
Excellent, excellent.
So what we have, Prime Minister, morning everyone, is the dualization.
Another one, and another one, and another one.
Superintendent Coleridge Minto, St. Elizabeth Division. At about 2 a.m. this morning, a team of officers commenced and conducted a pre-dawn operation in the Warminster area. A number of premises were searched during this operation. At this particular location, a thorough search was done of the building. A 9mm pistol was found in one of the rooms. A number of 12-gauge cartridges were also found in a stove inside the house. A further search of this area yielded a Uzi submachine gun that was found under a tree. The intelligence led us to some adjoining premises where a shotgun was found in the perimeter of one of the premises. So far, 6 persons are arrested and will be taken for further processing. This includes 5 males and 1 female. The operation ended incident-free, and the persons who were at this location surrendered peacefully to the police, and so there was no force used. I want to appeal to the citizens and the persons in this parish to continue to support the police. We are resolute in our efforts to continue to go after those who are committing criminal offenses in this parish. And certainly, we're going after those who are part of gangs and those with illegal weapons.